This is an overview of Uniresman, the hotel front office property management system developed by Unidevco. This presentation will talk about who Unidevco is, the market as we see it, what hoteliers have asked us for, a product overview, and the benefits that you can expect from our software. Unidevco is a software developer based in Canada. We've been ACPAC development partners for over 15 years, and we have thousands of clients worldwide. And this particular product, Uniresman, has been in the market for over 8 years, and we have some large sites and we have some small sites. The current market, we've found that people are quite dissatisfied with their current outdated systems. They haven't changed anything for a number of years, probably since Y2K. And after 3 lean years, recovery in the hospitality industry is up. All the indicators that we've seen are up. Occupancy rates, average daily rates, RevPARs, all the things are up. And the property management system is the most important piece of software that you'll purchase because you have to run your business with this software. What hoteliers have asked us for is to improve the guest experience, to improve the staff experience, to provide tight integration to other systems, and to increase their revenue from yield management. So specifically, on the guest experience, we want to improve the interaction at all touch points. So on the internet, we want to be able to provide an availability inquiry and be able to book a room right from your website. On the telephone, we want to easily be able to answer the 2 most important questions. Have you got a room of this type, and what's the rate? And of course, when they're on site, they want the check-in and check-out processes to be smooth and easy so that things don't bump along and don't take too long. Guests expect personalized service. Things like which room types they want, what their preferences are, perhaps their preferences to a certain newspaper if you offer more than one. Do they want the local newspaper, or do they want the national newspaper? Being able to keep a detailed history on the guest can create a bias towards your property or brand, and it'll dramatically improve your marketing. For instance, you can send a message out to all guests that have stayed in your hotel in the last 3 months that have been to the spa and invite them back again. So just simple things like that to improve your marketing. On the staff experience, you want to retain your current staff, your current valued staff, and you want to reduce the training times of new staff. And modern software will do this. Everyone is taught Windows when they're in school, so if your software is Windows, it'll just be easier for them to use. And you'll get improved productivity tools, things like Microsoft Excel and Word. Everybody learns these, so if we can connect the software to it, it'll just increase the productivity. And of course, if your guests are happy, we believe, if your staff is happy, we believe the guests will pick up on that, and they'll be happier as well. On the integration side, we want to provide tight integration to all of your in-hotel systems, to your call accounting system, to your in-room movie system, to your food and beverage system. Every system that's generating transactions for your guest folio, we want them to be integrated so those transactions automatically appear on the folio. So we provide that integration in conjunction with the other software providers. And of course, you want a direct integration to your accounting system, so you're not rekeying your accounting batches across as you go. On the yield management side, you want to increase your revenue, and this is by manipulating your rates. So different rates for different days of the week, if that's applicable, different rates for different seasons, being able to have rate blackouts, minimum stays, no arrivals, actually closing a rate for a period of time. So you can have a room, but the room at this rate is not available. And of course, it has to be easy to view these rates, and it has to be easy to edit the rates so that you can keep on top of a very fluid situation. So the solution: more speed, more input, more flexibility in the booking process, as seen as the way to put more heads in beds. So what does this great alliterative quote mean? Well, it means the software will help fill your property. The software can help keep your property full of guests. So the specific solution, I'm going to talk about our platform, some of the concepts we have, other pieces that are on this CD for the product demonstration, and some of the benefits you can expect from our software. So the platform, we've picked the best pieces that we can and put them all together into a solution. So things like SQL Server, which is arguably the best server in its space. Things like Crystal Reports for our reporting engine, which is the world leader in reporting. Our own inquiry and reporting engine, which we developed for very, very complex sales order and inventory databases. We've adapted that across to this fairly complex lodging interface, reservation database, so we can easily build queries and find data within your database. So in the concepts, we have a multi-tiered system. So sort of 4 levels down we have our rooms, what we call resources. They get grouped into categories, which are your room types, which in turn get grouped into hotels. So the location is your individual property. And you can, if you have multiple properties, you can in turn group them up into chains. Chain, location, category, resource, or room. So the individual, the basic element that we have is a room for a day. That's the basic cell that we're looking at when we're controlling, is a room for a day. Now we can have multiple bookings for a room for a day if you have a day room, but that's a sort of an extra situation. We handle them just fine. But your basic element is a room for a day. Now all the extra stuff we cover with things called objects, and this is where our software differs from other software. Objects are all the other things. So it could be which newspaper the guest wants. It could be what room type the guest wants, a preference. Does he want to be high in the building or low in the building? It could be that it's a request to say that he always wants non-smoking. It could be an object could be a round of golf. It could be a half an hour in the spa. It could be a breakfast. It could be a free bottle of champagne. It could be any one of a number of things that you're going to use. It could be how you set up your meeting rooms. Is it classroom style or theater style or cabaret style? So you can go in and use objects for all the other stuff that you want to control within your property. Very powerful, very flexible. Of course, we have seasons. You define what seasons you have. You could have summer and winter. You could have high and low. Whatever your seasons are, you define them. And then for each specific year, you decide when does summer start, when does it end, when does winter start. So you actually attach dates year by year for your different seasons. And then your rates are by season. So when you're charging a room rate, it is attached to this seasonal calendar, to the season. So a rate may change during a stay. If you cross a season boundary, you may have a couple of nights in your low season and then switching over to your shoulder season or whatever. And our basic unit when we're making a reservation is one room for one or more days. That's sort of what a basic reservation is. But of course, if a guest wants more than one room, we have to be able to add those on, and we call those sub-reservations. So sub-reservation, one guest, multiple rooms. Typically, it'll produce one folio. So a reservation with sub-reservations, one folio. A reservation, group reservation, so you have a bunch of guests grouped together, perhaps in a tour, you'll have multiple folios. And of course, it'll do split folios and dual folios just fine. So on the CD, you'll find specific demonstrations of our control screen, which is a very visual program that shows you what's going on in your property. The reservation program, the steps to make an actual reservation, the check-in process, the check-out process, so you can see how smooth that process is. And then some of the reports, the executive view reports and inquiries. So some other pieces on this CD that you can run to take a look at specific parts of our program. So the benefits that you can expect from our software. Better guest experience. Because you have a profile and preferences on the guests, first of all, you can welcome your guests back, and you can build loyalty to your property or your brand. You'll have happier and more productive staff. The software is easy to use, and so that your guests will be happy. And in turn, you'll get reduced turnover and increased job satisfaction, and we believe that will make your guests happier as well. Your improved marketing capabilities, you can go and query your database on the preferences and on the stay history, and do very targeted marketing. And of course, using the yield management by manipulating the rates, you can increase your revenue just by keeping track of when you expect things to be full and changing the rates or blocking lower rates out for certain days. And of course, you get the tight integration, so you're not rekeying transactions from your POS, and you're not rekeying transactions into your accounting with all the attendant errors that take place there. So we encourage you to go and look at the other parts of our demonstration. If you have questions or you'd like more information, please don't hesitate to call us. We'd be very pleased to answer any of your questions. You can go to our website and look, or you can phone us in North America for any questions that you might have. Thank you.